to thank Liz, Maura, everyone involved with the IGA. Tried getting me here last year, and the weather had other ideas and we got frozen out, but we made it this year, so thanks very much. It's a huge honour and a privilege to be down here today. So same as the lads, I'm just trying to give you a bit of an idea of my own story, kind of where I've come from and where we are now. More than Katie and David as well, I've no direct link, if you want to say that, to a farm. Both farms on either side of the family are being run by my uncles. One is in dry stock and the other is in dairy, and I suppose that's really where I got the love for farming, was with him. Evenings, weekends, summer times, I'd spend as much time as I could there and try to be as involved as I could. Then I suppose with that in mind, I knew that I wasn't going to inherit the farm, but I always liked the lifestyle, working on farms, working with farmers. And I suppose back in 2011, when I finished the Leaving Cert, I decided I'd pursue a career in ag, and decided to go to UCD and done the dairy business degree. And I suppose at that stage, quotas were the ovulation quotas was kind of in the the pipeline, but there wasn't, I suppose, direct links to get working on farms. So for me, the next best thing was to be maybe working as an advisor or something like that, and work with farmers. Was always relief milking while I was in school and college, to put myself through, have a few bob in the back pocket, and working with contractors, always working around farms. As part of doing the dairy business degree, I went to New Zealand in 2013 to work out there for 7 months, and in Warden Cahill, working on large scale farms. 1200 cow farm was my first real exposure to large scale grass based dairying, and I suppose it was there really the idea of share farming, or I encountered the concept of share farming. And the other thing was contract grass measuring services was kind of a big thing out there too, and that's where I came into contact with the idea for that as well too. I finished the dairy business degree in 2015 and was at a crossroads. Had the option or an offer to go working as a dairy assistant at that stage, or to go working with one of the co-ops, and I'd always in my head to do a master's degree, and I suppose encouraged that kind of when you were in the frame of mind of studying, to kind of keep going with it. And so I decided to go back and do a sustainable agriculture degree in UCD again. Finished that in 2016. Went on then, and I had an offer to go work with Lakeland Agri when I finished the degree. Went into them as kind of a technical rep, and then developed into an animal nutritionist and kind of technical specialist with them, and worked for just under 6 years with them up until 2021. So the first thing kind of I established myself was, as I say, during the time in New Zealand, I came across the idea of contract grass measuring services, and for me that was a kind of a light bulb moment. I could see from being in college and being around friends of mine the value of grass measuring, and just could not understand why more people weren't doing it. So I formed Cavan Grassland Consultancy, and I suppose steadily over that time expanded to a point now where we're managing the grass for over 60 clients every week, managing the grass for thousands of cows every week. So I suppose the way I always put it, I had huge exposure. Like, I was dealing with hundreds and hundreds of grass walks and measures every year. So by the time I actually was measuring grass for myself, I had massive exposure to the various different things. We were, working with guys throughout the Beast from the East, different weather related issues, and it was a great exposure to grass-based dairying. I suppose making mistakes with other people's grass and other people's money too, so that was a benefit of that. So where we are now, we have kind of 10 individuals contracted into the business, all part-time, kind of working themselves and kind of working with us part-time then to complete kind of different roles in the business. And you know, like we're trying to continually adapt new technologies to further expand the business and enhance the business. And one of those, for example, is we will be launching Cavan, Grassland Consultancy, the Powered by Provi service offering in 2026. So that's something that you know, we're really on the cusp of what is good and the technology that's coming in the industry. I suppose then the farming side of things, as I say, it was always something I loved doing, loved being involved in it, and I suppose I was never going to be happy unless I kind of gave it a go myself. I'm sure if you ask my parents, they probably weren't overly happy walking away from the good pensionable job to go milking cows, but I just knew myself I was never going to be happy unless I tried it. During the time I was working with Lakeland, I was always looking for my own opportunity. You know, talking to Land Mobility nearly since they were started in 2016. I was one of the first lads talking to Austin Finn and various estate agents and through the co-op and different things like that. And any way that I thought I could get an in, I was trying to do it. So yeah, look, in 2021, thankfully, I got an opportunity with a landowner in Delvin, in County Westmeath. So we've moved from Cavan to Westmeath, so I don't know if does that improve things, but can't change it anyway. And yeah, look, it was a detailed enough process. 10 of us walked the farm initially. We all had to kind of put a brief proposal in place. 3 of us were invited back again. We had to do kind of 5 years business plans, cash flow projections, plans for capital investment projects, what's the farm needed to get to the end goal. And in September, it took about 4 or 5 months. In September 21, I got offered the opportunity, and in 22, we started the partnership officially. So then, Dealside Farm, as it's known, it was a 90 hectare farm. There was 69 hectares in the one block. And then in 2023, we leased an additional 20 hectare out farm. So we're farming just over 110 hectares now. To give you an idea kind of where we've gone in that timeline, in 21, kind of pre the partnership, the farm would have been milking about 110 cows, and a lot of the cattle brought through to stores. I suppose my first year in 22, grass measuring that year, we would have grown just over 11 tonne. That's what the farm, probably would have been doing. And the herd of cows was doing 376 kilos of milk solids. So those were the foundation of what I inherited. I brought in 90 heifers in 22. And we calved 190 cows and reared all our ones. In 23 then we expanded up to 220. I bought in additional heifers as well, and then started contract rearing. And 24 then calved 265 cows. Thought this was a great job. I'd make more cows and I'd have a load of more money left in my pocket, and quickly realised that wasn't the case. Probably pushed the farm a little bit too hard, and then 25 then pulled it back to calve 250 cows, and we milked about 240. And we grew just over 14.7 tonne last year on 183 kilos of nitrogen, and the cows have done just about 460 kilos of milk solids on 800 kilos of meal, and we're only sitting at about 2.4 lactation, so very, very young herd. We're probably, the farm is stocked out now, and we're really, I suppose, looking forward to the benefit of herd maturity over the next year or two. More than the lads as well, my own future plans when it comes to the farm. As I say, we're pretty much stocked out on the unit there in Delvin. The plan is really to consolidate the herd there, steady the numbers after the phase of expansion, and really just to improve herd performance year on year. At this present moment, there's limited opportunities really to expand the milking block there. So I suppose where are we going to see our improvements? Probably investing in technologies to improve our work-life balance. We put on cow collars last year. We're looking at maybe doing something in solar, possibly it'll hardly be in 26 when we're looking at milk price, so it'll probably be 27. GPS fertiliser for things like that. And then regarding the work-life balance, implementing the correct SOPs, having a good trained staff, or kind of an ample team of trained staff. We have a really lucky, I have to say, I have a very good 2IC, Dylan, with me, and full time, and we have a good network of relief milkers. And then I suppose the short to medium term, I am looking towards future opportunities. At the minute I'm actively rearing young stock at the minute to be able to avail of those opportunities. More than Katie and David, a lot of Frisian heifers coming down the line, and it's trying to find the correct opportunity to be able to milk them ourselves. I suppose I'd love to be in a position to bring a young person into the business. I have Dylan there. He's a Dublin man, so certainly wasn't rare with cows either. But like myself, loves being involved in farming, loves being involved with cows, wants to milk his own cows, and I'd love to be in a position that we would find an opportunity and we'd be able to go at it, the two of us together, and bring him into the business. And I suppose to be able to afford someone the opportunities that I've been given, because I feel lucky that I have gotten it. As regards to the business then, the grass measuring business, really continual and steady expansion, streamline and improvement of the products and services that we offer, utilising technology, as I said, to further enhance our product and service offering. And I suppose main thing at the end of it all is maintaining the quality service to our network of clients and picking up hopefully future clients that people value and place a value on grass measuring and good grassland management. So that's really my story. Thanks very much for your attention, and I think, as Donald said, the panel will be open to a few questions now.